All right, good evening. My name's Dave, 716 Delta Mike as I go by, and I am back home after being gone for the holidays, visiting a little family. Been missing out on doing a little flight simming and thought, hey, what the heck, I'll get in and make a little flight tonight in the CJ4 and do a little live stream at the same time. So hopefully you'll be able to join me here. We're going to go from in the Midwest near where I live out of a little small town regional airport or local airport. It's a non-towered airport. It's India 68, Lebanon, Ohio. And we're going to fly over to Charlotte in the CJ4. I picked up a new livery tonight. Let's see if we can't zoom in here on it and take a look at it. This is the airfield we're going to fly out of, just a single runway, 01 and 19. This is where I'm actually doing my flight training to get my PPL, and we're going to fly this tonight, IFR on VATSIM, hopefully, and see how much I can screw it up. So with that, we'll try to get this thing started. Jump in here and get connected to some radios. I did file my flight plan on VATSIM just a little while ago. Looks like we have quite a bit of coverage online, and we're going to use 4-flight tonight. And I got a little flight plan in here. Expecting about an hour and 5 minutes for our flight time. We'll depart straight out from India 68 to FLM and then make our way over to Charlotte. We'll take the Parker 3 arrival, and hopefully we'll get the ILS to runway 18 left is the expectation or the plan. We'll see how that works out with VATSIM tonight and see, like I said, if I'm lucky, I won't screw it up too terribly bad. So let's see what we can do to get things started here. All right, we'll jump in here. Double check our parking brake. Parking brake is set. Center console. Throttle's back. All right, just checking some controls here. And we'll go ahead and put our, we'll get things cranking up here. We'll go ahead and just double check, make sure everything is in the off position. And we will turn our battery on. We'll go in dispatch mode here. Go ahead and go here and turn on our beacon light just so that we're covered here. Oh, and we need to go get our generators on. Put this in dispatch mode, and let's go ahead and get our position here. And we'll go to our flight plan, and we are going to depart from India 68 in Lebanon, Ohio. So that'll be our origin. And we are going to go to KCLT, which is Charlotte. That is our destination. We're planning for an altitude of 39,000 today. So let's go ahead and hit next. Nope, I got to figure this out here. I feel like I have to go via, so FLM right here. No, let's go this route here. So, all right, here we go. So we're going to have 4 passengers. We've got to clear this out here. A little bit rusty on this. So we'll go 4 passengers at 170. Let's double check our weights here. I'm going to bump us up to about 75% on the fuel. And that should put us 10,000 fat max takeoff weight at 15.4. How do I adjust for my fuel? All right, we're gonna go at 3. Now let's clear this out. We gotta go clear. It'll be flight level 390. That'll be our altitude there. 15,280. Fuel sensed 4321. That's correct there. So we need a little bit of cargo in here, and what do we need? We are at 15,280 and 15,400. We need about 200 pounds. We'll go ahead and put that in here at the cargo. So that puts us at 15.3 and we're at 15.4. So we'll actually go up to 300 pounds. So actually I didn't get 200 in there. There we go. There's 200 pounds. 15.480, 15.431. We're within 50 pounds there. I think I'll take that. We'll take off here. We're going to be dry. And let's go ahead and take a look real quick here at our weather for India 68. Hopefully you can see this on the iPad. Think you'll be able to. Yes, you will be able to. All right, so we'll take a look at the weather here. We're 290 at 11. So we'll go 290 at 11. And that'll be our wind. And outside air temperature is 3 degrees. So we'll go 3 degrees here for outside air temperature. And next, and this will be good. Why is it not giving me my reference B speeds here? Oh, that's because we don't have a runway ID. So let's go ahead and do a departure. We're going to depart on runway 01 and execute that. And then we'll go to performance and take off. There we go, 290, so that'll work there. Next, and our V rotation is 105 today. We'll go ahead and send that to the FMS. And that send is complete. All right, let's go back to the lake and look at our flight plan here. So we need, I always get confused on this. So we have to get our flight plan and I need to get my legs in here. Let me see. I need FLM in there, so let's go in here to our legs, flight plan, legs, FLM. Let's try it this way. FLM. Should be able to put it right there. And we'll select that. And there we go, FLM to Charlotte. We'll go execute on that. That is correct. Departures and arrivals. So we're departing on runway 1. And we will go with the arrival here. All right, we want to arrive and do this approach. So what did I say? We're going to take the Taft to Parker 3. See if we can't go to next here and find the Parker 3 in here. There's the Parker 3 right there. Our transition will be the Taft transition. And with any luck, we're going to go to ILS for runway 18 left. That's what we requested. So we'll go ahead and pre-plan that in there as well. And CAVI is the transition for that. We'll execute that. And then we'll go take a look at our flight plan now. Direct FLM, our legs, TAF, whammy. Scraza, Willem, Suzanne, Parker, Bolton, Camper, vectors to final, or to our initial, and then we'll start the approach. So that looks pretty good. I think we are in pretty good shape on the flight FMS here, getting everything set up. So let's go ahead and get this bird rolling. We'll go down here to the center console. We'll get our right engine starting here. Go up to our PFD here, or MFD anyway. Watch this thing come alive here. When it hits about 12, we'll go down and hit the start button here. And there we go. So let's go ahead and get run on that one. While that's coming up here, let's go ahead and get our avionics turned to on. Make sure our generators are on. Those are already on. Go ahead and go to normal here. Normal here. Climate control. Right ignitions. Alright, we're looking good right there. Engine number 2 is still spooling up. We'll take a look on the outside here. It's looking good. Alright, batteries and amps. What do we got here? Anything I need to turn on yet? 49. Look at the center console. There we go. I think we're ready to go here with left engine start. Go ahead and go up here and watch the NG rise, the N2 rise. All right, and back down here. It's already there. Crank this engine on to run. We'll let her come on up to speed here. Oil pressure starter. Normal, normal, normal. Normal. FMS is calculated and set. Autopilot's here. Let's go ahead and take a look at our FMS real quick here. Let's take a look at our legs. Tab, we won't climb up there yet, so at Taft, make sure we have some VNAV out. All right, so flight level 33 or below, 240 will be good there at Willem. There's our vertical profiles will be in there, and that should work. All right, and looks like we have a pretty good start here. That's looking good. That's looking good. Let's see if we can't get some connectivity on Pilot Edge. Not Pilot Edge, but on VATSIM tonight. Here, make sure we still have coverage in the area. It does look like we have coverage in this area. So we should probably contact Indianapolis Center. That's what I'm going to think we're going to get here. 119.550. Let's see if we can't tune that in to 119.550. Let's take a look at the FMS. We should be able to do that this direction. What did I say that would be? Pull that back up. Indianapolis Center 119.550. So 119.550. Tune that direct.
Indianapolis Center, Dragon 188 Alpha, ready for taxi, we are facing south. Dragon 188 Alpha, Cincinnati, altimeter 3003, 36 right, taxi via Sierra.
We can get some information here.
36 right, taxi via Sierra for Dragon 188 Alpha.
Pads here.
FedEx 1109, Indy Center, good evening.
IFR to KCLT, Charlotte. And we are going to go... I don't have any way of getting an ATIS, I don't believe,
Indy
for the
Center,
area.
one forward stop on the ground at OSU, requesting IFR.
We'll just say we have the weather. This will be Zulu, I think.
November 114, Whiskey Papa, Indy Center, good evening. You are cleared to the Kilo Papa Charlie Whiskey Airport. Radar vectors, Bravo Uniform Delta VOR as filed. Climb and maintain 3,000. Expect 7,010 minutes after. Departures with me on this frequency. Block 6656. Cleared to Kilo Papa Charlie Whiskey, radar vectors Bravo Uniform Delta, climb maintain 3,000, expect 7,000, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency with you, block 6656. Twin Cessna 114 Papa. Twin Cessna 14 Whiskey Papa, sorry about that, a little bit distracted, I was getting texted by the Klima controller. The reback is correct, 27 left for departure, OSU altimeter 2999er. Let me know when you're ready to go. Alright, we'll expect 27 left, and I'll let you know when we're ready to taxi. 114 with Papa.
Get some notes here. What I would expect is I've taken down my IFR clearance from him, what I'm expecting to hear, the things I filed. So what I filed was India 68 to FLM to Parker 3 at the Taft transition, then to ILS runway 18 with the Cavi transition for that, direct on into Charlotte. So that's what I filed for. Lucky enough, it'll be pretty simple to copy all this down. And we are going to call Indianapolis Center to pick this up. We are on the ground at India 68, ready to copy our IFR over to Charlotte. Good evening, Indianapolis Center. Citation 716 Delta Mike is ready to copy IFR on the ground at India 68 over to Charlotte.
November 716 Delta Mike, India Center. Good evening. Clearance for customer 1, stand by just a sec.
Roger that.
Indy Center, Dragon 188 Alpha, we are ready for takeoff, 36 right. Polar 243, heavy contact, Kansas City Center 125.72, 2572, we'll see you later.
2572, Polar 243, heavy, have a great evening.
Dragon 188 Alpha, the wind at Cincy 320 at 14. Departure fly, runway heading, runway 36 right, clear for takeoff. Good, for takeoff, Dragon 188 Alpha.
Hopefully he'll get back with me here momentarily. Indianapolis Center still is online. Out here. Just to make sure we still have coverage. It does show we have coverage.
November 716 Delta Mike, sorry about the delay. You are cleared to the Charlotte Airport. Radar vectors Falmouth VOR as filed. Climb and maintain 5,000. Expect flight level 390, 10 minutes after. Departures with me on this frequency, squawk 6657.
All right, we are cleared to Charlotte. Expect radar vectors to FLM, then as filed. Climb and maintain 5,000. Expect 3,000 after 5, and squawking 6657. And departure frequency is with you, 716 Delta Mike.
November 716 Delta Mike, the readback is correct to release for departure. Your clearance is void if not off by 0300 Zulu. Time now 0249 Zulu. Departure fly runway heading. Frequency change is approved and contact me reaching control airspace.
Roger that. We're clearance is good until 0300 and fly runway heading, and we'll contact departure and frequency change approved. 716 Delta Mike. All right. Runway heading, so HD.
Twin Cessna 14 Whiskey Papa Roger. The altimeter 2999, runway
Right,
27.
so let's do a couple of things here. Let's check our weather in the area. So I'm going to have to show on map and get my local weather here because I don't have an ATIS
November
for this.
144 Tango Echo. You with me, sir?
3002 is our altimeter. So let's go ahead and get that set.
144 Tango Echo is with you now.
Good evening, sir. Welcome aboard. You can expect runway 36 center.
All right, we'll expect runway 36 center.
3002. Get her set here, and we'll get her set here. 3002.
Cessna 14 Whiskey Papa.
All right, we're set there.
Crazy,
We're going to climb.
altimeter now 3000.
Scratch pad. He said give us runway heading, which is going to be 010. So we're going to go here and go get our heading bud set to 010.
Alpha climbing 3,500 to 6,000.
There's heading bud 010, and we want to get an altitude selection of 5,000.
Maintain level 330, fly heading 090, and I have direct Lexington in just a minute.
All right, now we need to get a FMS. We need to get our squawk code in here. So
heading 090 for Dragon 188 Alpha.
tune. We need 6657 on the squawk. So 6657, and we'll set that here.
TBM 4 Tango Echo. You can proceed direct Cincinnati if you like. Vectors runway 36
there. Let's make sure we're in mode C. We are on mode C there.
All right, we'll proceed direct to Cincinnati, expecting radar vectors for 36 Sender, TBM 4 Tango Echo.
We should be in transmit right there, so that should be good. 6657. We got our squawk code in. We got 5,000 on the pre-select now. Let's verify that. We do have 5,000 on the pre-select. We have runway heading of 010. So we will go up here to our... We'll go pull our flight directors on. We're going to go into heading mode, and we're going to probably go with a vertical speed and go climb up at about... we'll start at about 1,500 feet. We'll go up to 2,000 feet per second, or for 2,000 feet per minute. Sorry about that. That'll get us cranking here to start things off. All right. So we got runway heading set.
8 Alpha.
We got 2,000 vertical speed, 5,000 on the altitude pre-select. We're going to do departure frequency is on this same channel, so we will contact him.
Clear
when we're
to the
airborne.
viewer for Dragon 18-8 Alpha.
And wait for
Yeah, Dragon
vectors and
18-8 Alpha is
heading
going to
up.
be Hotel Yankee Kilo.
Heading changes before we can resume our own navigation
Yep,
here.
that's
So,
to Hotel Yankee Kilo for Dragon 18-8
all right, let's
Alpha.
make sure everything is good here. Let's take a look
That's
outside the plane.
Whiskey Papa Squawk Mode Charlie, the wind at OS.
So we're going to just depart right here on runway 1.
Tree departure,
Straight
fly
down,
runway
we're
heading.
fly runway
Runway
heading,
2,
get it all
stop left
airborne,
for
and
takeoff.
contact ATC and let them know we're airborne.
Clear for takeoff, 27 left, fly runway heading.
All right, so
And
we're working
that's
that.
14 Whiskey Papa, check that squawk only 2, please. It should be...
And we might have lost our North Carolina ATC, which I was hoping to have ATC all the way, but we had it earlier. But that's the price you pay when you're dealing with VATSIM, as you lose some of your
Good
ATC
evening,
coverage.
Center, Delta 3897 Heavy is with you,
All right,
just east of Yellow.
parking brake is released.
Delta 3897 Heavy, Indy Center, good evening, sir. Welcome aboard.
Get our smooth track out
Glad to be
running
here.
here so we can look around in the cockpit. And I picked up the all black interior mod along with my new paint job that we picked up here today. All right, so let's see if we can't get this bird moving. I'm gonna run over this guy. I don't know what that's gonna look like. Him get ingested into a jet engine, but I'm sure it's not gonna be pretty. But the price you pay for a Microsoft Flight Sim ground ops guy, right? All right, the windsock down there reflects exactly what we're looking and expecting here on runway 1. We're going to go flaps to 15. Flaps in the first setting. And we're going to assume that we'll make a Warren County here, where I fly out of, is an uncontrolled airfield. So Warren County traffic, citation 716 Delta Mike, departing runway 1 to the north, Warren County. All right. As best I could tell, final is clear. I don't hear anything else on the radio.
Sierra Indy Center, you with me, sir?
Approaching runway 01.
All right, so we'll go ahead and take the runway here.
Entered runway 01. 4,400 feet remaining.
Okay. There's our runway. Let's kill this for just a moment. Let's take a look at our throttles. Flaps are at first notch 15, flaps 15. We're good there. We're going to go all the way up to here. We'll take a look out the window, and we'll go here, and we'll go all the way forward on the throttles to the takeoff position, and then we'll climb up, put it into the climb detent, and get our 5,000 in contact departure. All right, here we go. Brakes are set. Power's coming up.
Indy Center, Delta 841, check in to passenger flight number 330
Got to set my pitot
Delta
static key.
841 Indy Center, good evening,
We'll
sir.
have to get that in a minute because I got to get off the ground here. Well, that was ugly, but we're getting up. Tap the brakes.
Delta 841
Here's coming up.
radar contact 11 miles to the east of the Danville VOR, climbing through level 330, maintain level 370,
That's what we missed.
welcome aboard.
flight level 370.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and hit our autopilot here. That should carry us up to 5,000 and fly runway heading here.
Cessna 14 Whiskey Papa's radar contact, report altitude passing. We are climbing through 2,500 Twin Cessna 114 Whiskey Papa.
Twin Cessna 14 Whiskey Papa, roger. Climb maintain 7,000, flighting 360.
Climb maintain 7,000, fly 360, Twin Cessna 114 Whiskey Papa.
Indianapolis Center, citation 716 Delta Mike is 2,400, climbing 5,000.
Citrus 792 Cleveland Center now 134.90, 34.9, we'll see you.
Alright, 34.9 for Citrus 792, good night, happy New Year.
See ya. November
back.
716 Delta Mike, squawking it for me, please.
I thought I was squawking there. Give me one moment. I'll double check for you. I did mode C, I believe. Is that correct as well?
You're good, I just need a quick flash there. Squawk ident.
Gotcha. Ident.
Alright, November 716 Delta Mike, I get your radar contact to 28 miles south of the Dayton VOR, coming through 4,000. And you can turn right heading 090, climb and maintain flight level 390.
Heading 390, and what was that altitude one more time?
090 on the heading, up to flight level 390.
090 on the heading, up to flight level 390, 716 Delta Mike.
Twin Cessna 14 Whiskey Papa, you can proceed direct the Buckeye VOR when able, resume on nav.
Direct Buckeye VOR, resume on nav. Twin
Level
Cessna
390,
14
he
Whiskey Papa.
says, so we'll go ahead and take that. We're going to tune up our altitude here. We already turned to a heading of, so we're going to go up to
Number 144 Tango Echo, the Cincy altimeter 3004, and a descent and maintain 10,000, 10,000.
all right, so
Down to 10,000, November 144 Tango Echo.
all right, so here goes our
Citation 6 Delta Mike, when able, proceed direct the Falmouth VOR, resume on phone navigation.
direct FLM VOR and resume on nav, 716 Delta Mike.
Indianapolis Center, Redwood 850,
go with flight level change here. That'll get us up to
5,000, heading 210. Redwood 850, descent, good evening, radar contact,
We are
climb and
still in the
maintain
climb
1 at
D10 here,
3,000,
and that
proceed
should
direct
get-
dawn, resume the dawn 1 departure. Climb maintain 1,3000, direct to dawn, resume the dawn 1 departure for Redwood 850.
Here comes our altitude climb. Why are we not climbing? Altitude climb here. 39,000. That should have been flight level change. Should have worked. I don't know why that didn't. There's our. Well, why is it leveling off on me? Go back to V speed for now. Not sure what's up with the flight level change there, but we're going to work it out. Flight level change should have had that. And let's get into our FMS here. We want to go into nav mode here, so let's go. And we want to go to LNAV, nav mode. Here we go. We should be turning right now. Indicated airspeed 250 knots. If I go to flight level change here, 250, that should get us climbing at 250 knots. Why are we leveling out? I don't understand. Here we go. I think we're climbing now. All right, so we're making our turn to FLM VOR now. As filed. Take a look outside. Take a look outside here. Make sure our flaps are in the up position. We should climb on out of this altitude here, out of these clouds here shortly. I did forget to turn on some lights. That was bad. Landing lights don't need to be on here. We'll go ahead and get some.
May I have your attention, please? At this time, please comply with the illuminated seatbelt.
We are direct here. And let's go ahead and go here. See if we can't get up number 2. See if I can get into FD 2 waypoint FLM. There we go. So we do have a little weather around us. We are passing through 10,000 now.
Cessna 14 Whiskey Papa Cleveland Center now 134.90 34.9. We'll see you. Have a good one. Happy New Year.
Over to 134.90, Twin Cessna 114 Whiskey Papa. Thanks a lot.
Pretty new to this
Happy New Year.
CJ4 here. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos about it just to kind of get a.
Redwood 850, climb and maintain flight level tree 10. Tree 10 with 850.
Watched a lot of YouTube
Redwood
videos about
850, you
it.
can go ahead and finish the climb.
Familiarize
Climb up
myself
to
with the
flight level
FMS system here.
350, Redwood 850. So 350, Redwood 850.
Probably could have done without. Probably needed some heat as we went through the clouds there, but we don't have that now, so we'll just go ahead and leave that off for the time being because we're above the clouds now. What sight that is. There we go. Took some picture there of that. 716 Delta Mike in the red and white citation. Looking good, looking good. So I'm running a 2070 Super on the video card here. My clouds look pretty good. They're a little bit pixelated. I don't know. I'm running this live stream off the same PC that I'm actually doing the flight sim on. Don't know if that's bad or not. I took a flight down earlier tonight to Memphis, Tennessee out of India 68. And we did the ILS landing there, and everything seemed to go pretty smooth there. Don't know if this is... I'm just hoping it doesn't end up in any crashes here or not, doing the live stream from the same system I'm running the flight sim on, but we shall see how that goes tonight. Zoom in here on our iPad and take a look at how things are progressing here. So you can see the path we took out of there, and we are going direct now to FLM on
Citation 16 Delta Mike, if you can, fly heading 200, and then when able, proceed direct balance VOR.
heading 200, 716 Delta Mike. Okay, 200, so let's go here to 200. Let's go to heading mode then. So he wants us a little bit more direct, so we'll go ahead and do that. Let's go to the FMS here and see if I can't get to my legs. If I go FLM, direct. I can do it right there. Previous, FLM, execute. There we go. Then I can go here, here, and go back to nav, and we should stay right on that path. And let's go here and go to our two-way point. Should get us there. I just hit navigation and it didn't go direct, so changing that in the FMS to direct should get us right where we want to be. Go legs here. We are direct to FLM. We can double check that right here. Let's go ahead and take a look. This path here, and if we go to MFD and direct to FLM, and The thing I can't get figured out is how to get my zoom adjusted here. I feel like that's a thing. Adjust weather radar antenna. Tilt weather radar antenna. Adjust map zoom. Here we go. There we go. There's our map zoom. There's our direct to FLM VOR. Falmouth. Falmouth VOR. Alright. So while we're climbing there, let's take a look around the cockpit. We are still in the climb detent. We're at 250 knots right now, indicated airspeed. And we are covering about 308 knots over the ground at an altitude of 26,000, passing through 26,000. Vertical speed climbing of about 1,950 feet per minute. And we'll take a look here. Let's pause our head tracking up here. Let's double check our VATSIM status here and see what we've got for ATC. Charlotte, North Carolina is offline. That's aggravating. I picked that on purpose so that we could have ATC coverage all the way. When I did it, when I first logged in and started setting this flight up, but we had ATC coverage the whole way. If I'm lucky, ATC will come back online in the North Carolina area before we get there, but if I'm not lucky, we'll just have to finish the flight without it. So that is the downsides of flying on VATSIM. I fly Pilot Edge quite a bit and love Pilot Edge because you got guaranteed coverage during certain hours of the day. It is a paid service, but I do love it. Do like VATSIM as well, so not knocking that. Definitely some good stuff in VATSIM. Just was hoping to have some good ATC coverage tonight all the way through, but we'll take what we got. So if you're joining in along, subscribe to the channel. I'm pretty new to this streaming piece, and I've been doing the flight sim since mid-July, and I am currently in the process of getting my PPL. I will obviously just be VFR type rated out at first, but I intend to...
TM 144 Tango Echo, fly heading 050, vectors for the ILS 367 approach.
I do fully intend to pursue my IFR rating after I get my VFR rating.
Can you repeat the heading again for 4 Tango Echo, please?
I am learning to fly in a Citation, which is a tailwheel, which is a fun aircraft to learn to fly in.
050 for Tango Echo.
All right, let's take a look outside. Oh man, what a shot that is! Isn't that beautiful? Above the clouds, you got the white blanket below you, sun off in the distance. A couple of shots there. We'll put these as thumbnails later for our YouTube. Cool shot. I wish I had a 3080. I've got a 2070 Super on the video card. I am running settings in Ultra right now, so for the most part, pretty satisfied. Clouds look just a smidge pixelated. I'm running this on a 49-inch Samsung ultra wide, and that is quite nice when you're looking around, trying to see a lot of see out the window and see everything. All right, there's the full cockpit. Let's get my phone back up here, and we'll do a little looking around with the Smooth Track app. I've got Track IR coming. I just purchased it. It's actually supposed to be here tomorrow. I purchased it through Amazon, and can't wait to get that actually in. Give that a try. I've got the Smooth Track app. It works pretty good. That's nice. I picked up the black interior mod here for the CJ4.
TBM 4 Tango Echo, the Cincinnati altimeter 3004.
Roger, altimeter TBM 4 Tango Echo.
Nice shot there. Get a couple of pics in the... Pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Not gonna lie.
TBM 4 Tango Echo, descent and maintain 4,000.
Down to 4,000, TBM 4 Tango Echo.
Alright, climbing through flight level 320 up to 390 for our final cruise altitude today. So if you got comments, feel free to make them. I'm glad you're joining here with us. Follow along, be a subscribe to the channel, follow if you like, and hopefully we'll get to do some more of this streaming stuff. Like I said, pretty new to this, but really enjoying it. I fly the Bonanza quite a bit. I fly the Cessna 172 a lot in the sim, and also picked up the PA-44, the Piper Seminole. That's a fun aircraft to fly. I like to fly the GA stuff quite a bit. This is really my first time ever streaming in the CJ4, and I've only made a few flights in it. Watched a lot of YouTube videos that look pretty interesting. I like to do the higher speed stuff and travel a little bit further distance and just do a little practice of this too. But GA is where it's actually at for me. I enjoy that the most, but I don't know, it's kind of neat getting in these jets every once in a while. I don't know if I want to be flying the big Airbus 320s or the Boeings or not of the world, but it's kind of nice in these jets. I did the Longitude a couple of times just for fun. It's got some bugs in it, needs to be worked out. I've got the working title mod here for this. Folks over at Working Title make some pretty good stuff, and they've really updated some things in here to help this FMS system and the autopilot things to actually start working as they're supposed to do and intended to. So really liking that. So let's look at our legs here. Flight plan, India 68, direct to Charlotte. Alright, and our legs, we're going direct right now to Falmouth VOR, then Taft, MAF, and then we'll come on down here, Willem, Suzanne, Parker. There's the Parker arrival. So we'll descend down, and we'll be above 12,000, below 20,000. And as we get to Nakoma, we'll be above 11, below 120. So between 11 and 12, at or below 11 and 12. And then we'll go down at Boughton between 9 and 10. And then we'll go to Camper. We'll get vectors in here. Cavi is our initial approach fix. We want to be at 6,000 there. 5,000
Center American 1599's flight level 330, climbing to 39er.
And Eagle.
1599, and you said that's good evening, sir. Squawk at F1, please.
Let's take a look here and find out where our actual
I did. 1599.
Eagle at 2400. That is our final approach fix, and we'll pick up the glide slope.
Radar contact 60 miles north and west of
2,400 as we get ready to do our VNAV later on in the flight. So remember that. We'll set our altitude at 2,400, and we'll engage the vertical nav, and then we'll see the top of the descent, and the altitude profile will actually descend us right on down, and all we'll have to manage is the airspeeds. So.
Dragon 188 Alpha, leaving airspace to the south. Atlanta Center is currently offline. Radar services terminated. Frequency change to advisory is route to the flight. We'll see you next time.
Building that climb detent here.
Frequency change approved for Dragon 188 Alpha. Thank you very much for the service. Have a great evening. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you.
So obviously the performance slows down a little bit as we get on up to altitude. We were climbing much faster earlier, so we're at flight level 370 right now, still climbing to 390. We're at about 226 feet per minute. Climbing at about 230 speed, indicated airspeed. I'll turn that down to about 240, see if we can't go ahead and pick up a little airspeed there, but we'll be fine as we cruise our way on up to flight level 390. Take a look here on the iPad. So we've just crossed the Falmouth VOR. So you can see we made that left-hand turn there. We should be running on a course of roughly 139. Take a look here at the panel. 149 is roughly what we're tracking right now. That's probably got some winds there. 139 is actually what we're tracking though. If you look over on the left, FMS 1, DTK 139, we're 83 miles to Taffet, which is our next fix.
Redwood 850, my apologies. I need to fix your squawk code for me if you can. Squawk 6660. 6660, please. 6660, Redwood 850.
Well, there's a nice shot. Get a picture of that. It's looking nice. Clouds are breaking up there below us. You can see where the weather is. Kind kind of running out of it a little bit, so you can actually see down through the hole there.
Redwood 850, thanks, sir.
See to the ground. Nice shots there. 374, flight level 37.
Redwood 850, Memphis Center now
370, climbing up to 390.
But you have a happy new year. 133.65, happy new year. Redwood 850.
So the advantages of flying with flight level change versus vertical speed, as you run, you don't
Indianapolis,
run a risk of stalling.
Sorry about that. We're flight level 430.
Grab my phone real quick.
Number 403 Juliet Sierra Indy Center. Good evening. Welcome back.
See what we've got. ATC, if we picked up, no, we still haven't picked up any coverage out of North Carolina yet. November 716 Delta Mike. I can see us
Tango
on
Echo,
the
you
radar.
are 7 miles from Simru. Turn left heading 030. Maintain 3000 till established clear Dallas. Runway 36 center approach.
I'm really hoping we pick up some ATC in the North Carolina area before we get there.
0 and down to 3000 until established on the localizer for 36
Just outside of the Charlotte
Tango Echo.
coverage area right now on the map, as far as Charlotte, have an ATC coverage there. So if I'm lucky, somebody will pick that up and we'll be able to have some ATC there shortly. Set our phone back over here. Right. Again, if you're watching, we appreciate you tuning in this evening and hanging out with us. Just trying to have a little fun. I've been on vacation for this whole week, basically. It's right before Christmas, and I'm off the whole week here. I'm getting ready to do a little traveling for work, starting back next week. Went down south to Arkansas, visited some family over the holidays, which is really nice. Just got myself back home this evening and thought, man, I'd like to get on the flight sim and do a little flying. So here we are. I don't know if you're like me. I like tuning in, watching other streamers on Twitch, and enjoy watching them fly the different jets, fly the different things with VATSIM, Pilot Edge, learning ATC, all those different things. I really enjoy that. I love enjoying the challenge of learning the new planes and how these systems actually work. So this plane here in and of itself was a little bit intimidating because I had learned to work the
Number
G1.
403 Juliet Sierra, Kansas City Center now 125.72, 2572. See you. Happy New Year.
I had learned how to fly some of the G1000, G3000 stuff, but never done anything with the FMS like this, a flight management computer or flight management system, such as what you have here in this bird. So that was pretty interesting, trying to just learn that. So watched a lot of YouTube videos, watched a lot of other guys on Twitch, just trying to pick this up, learn how to fly it, and then I thought, what the hell, I'll just have the challenge myself and learn to fly it as well. So came home today and said, let's do this. So here we are. So hopefully you're having as much fun as I am doing this, watching. I don't know if I'm the most entertaining guy out there, but hey, I'll get better at this, hopefully, and people will start to follow and watch, and I can learn, other people can learn, and we'll have some fun together doing this. That's the plan anyways. I guess the one thing that's interesting when you're flying these jet airplanes at these high altitudes is you're really limited on some of the scenery. The cloud surfing, though, pieces are really, really phenomenal. It's pretty cool getting some of these scenery. I do fly on Pilot Edge quite a bit, and I fly a lot of that out west in the California airspace. Done a lot of the CAT ratings, which is VFR CAT ratings on Pilot Edge. Going to move into the IFR CAT ratings, or IFR ratings here in the near future. But that's pretty fun, learning your radio calls, learning how to talk to ATC, and learning the lingo, and learning what's right, learning what's wrong. And those guys at Pilot Edge are great at training you how to do this stuff. And that's been a really fun challenge, working my way through the CAT ratings, learning a lot of the airspaces, learning how to call, transition from take off from a Delta, going to a Delta to a Charlie, Delta to a Bravo, transitioning through a Delta or Charlie airspace, or even through a Bravo airspace in the LAX area. Going around some of the flyways there. So that's been a lot of fun. Just about to knock those out. I think there's 11 of the CAT ratings on Pilot Edge, and I've completed 1 through 9, so I've got 10 and 11 left. And then I'm going to jump into the
Let's see, TBM 4 Tango Echo, the wind at Cincinnati 320 at 1436 clear to land.
I'm going to jump into the IFR rating shortly
Clear the
after
wind
that.
36 center, November 4 Tango Echo.
All right, so we're closing in on our flight level 390 here. We should be leveling off here any moment. We're at 38,980. If you'll take a look at our indicator here, we're on LNAV 1 autopilot altitude. That was climbing at FLC. Now it's altitude hold, so we're going to be right here. So now that we're at that level, we can take ourselves out of the climb detent and into the cruise detent. Take a look here now, and we'll get our power set at probably about 96.5. That should keep us under the red tape there. We're going to gain a little bit of speed now that we're leveled off at flight level 390. We would definitely pick up some speed there. While we're at it here, let's go ahead and get on the MFD here and get to our 2 waypoint. So the Taft is our next waypoint here. You can see that coming up. Taft is 33.8 miles away. All right, so we are flight time now, 26 minutes 45 seconds, an altitude of 39,000. We are 206 miles away from our destination and 32 nautical miles away from our next waypoint there, which is Taft, and that jives with what we see on ForeFlight down in the bottom left corner. Also what we see there on the FMS display right there, or MFD display as well. One of the things I forgot to do the briefings. Put it there. We don't need that logo light on while we'll turn off the seat belts and safety passenger lights there. Let the passengers walk around there if they like. So we're picking up a little airspeed there. We're still at 238 knots in the airspeed. Our ground speed 463 knots over the ground. So we're moving along at a pretty good pace. Flight level 390 leveled out there, altitude hold, and we will set ourselves up. Let's go ahead while we're cruising here. Let's take a look at the legs of our flight plan. So Willem, we want to be above flight level 240, below 330. So we're at 39. We're going to need to descend before Willem. So let's take a look at that on the map here. If you can see on ForeFlight, there's Taft, then Mayhaff and Skraza, and then Willem. So as we get close here, by the time we're getting to Mayhaff and Skraza, we're going to need to be descending down. We're going to need to be below flight level 330, above flight level 240. We're going to do our best to use the VNAV and the vertical nav profiles within this flight management computer here to make our descent down and our arrival into the Charlotte area. Suzanne, we want to be at flight. We want to be above flight level 190. As we get to Parker, we want to be above 12,000 and below flight level 20, but we're already going to be below flight level 9 or be above 190 here. So we'll probably be descending on down. So what this do, the flight management system will calculate our descent rate, get us on the right angle, and we will just slowly descend our way into the area. And really all we're going to need to do is manage our throttles in our descent there. Something that's really nice, this is the piece that's missing.
Number 4 Tango Echo, welcome to Cincinnati. It'll be your right exit.
This is the piece that's missing in the Cessna Citation Longitude, if you're familiar with that one. I think that has the G5000
Indy Center, good evening, American 84 Heavy, back with you.
avionics system in that. Fun plane to fly. It has the auto throttles, and this bird does not.
American 84 Heavy, Indy Center,
But,
good evening.
the VNAV works in this, and the VNAV profile does not work in the longitude. So looking forward to the longitude coming a little bit further development
TBM 4 Tango Echo, Mike to
Microsoft
the
in the
FBO.
future,
Thanks
so
for blending. You have a good and happy New Year.
hopefully that'll get cleaned
Take
up.
one over to the FBO, TBM 4 Tango Echo. Thank you,
They
thank
will
you.
fly that more.
American 84, get ready to contact 33 miles north and west of the Brickyard VOR. Flight level 250, welcome aboard.
A lot of clouds in the air today. Give us another picture there. Love this black leather interior here with that new mod. That's pretty sweet. I have to admit, I like that a lot.
61109 Heavy, Memphis Center now, 133.65. 3365, you have half an ear.
Roger, over to Memphis.
2 miles from Taft.
1109 Heavy, good night.
All right, we're at Taft, and Mayhoff is now 43 miles away, and you can now see, if you take a look here,
Indy Center, good evening. UPS contact. I have a with you, follow 360.
UPS 1063 Heavy, Indy Center, good evening.
see the green circle here, TOD, that's our top of descent.
Like I did.
So just after we pass Mayhoff, we're going to need to start our descent.
Indy Center, hello, Diamond
If we look back into our-
377 Charlie Golf level 190.
Here's Mayhoff here, and we need to be down here below flight level 330 before we get to Willem. So you can see shortly after we cross
Number
Mayhoff, we're going to start our
377
descent.
Charlie Golf Indy, welcome aboard. And UPS 1063 Heavy, your radar contact 48 miles to the east of the Charleston VOS level 360.
Copy that. UPS 1060.
I'm trying to take a look here. Don't know what you guys can see. Let's see if we can do it this way. Or you might be able to see it from this camera. Let's see what we can see here. And no, you can't see
Citation
that.
16 Delta Mike, descend pilot's discretion, flight level 290, Atlanta Center's offline, radar services terminated, frequency change advisory is approved. Till the rest of your flight, have a happy new year.
Thank you. Frequency change approved. 716 Delta Mike. Thanks for your service.
Absolutely. UPS 1063 Heavy, expect ILS runway 35 left approach.
All right. Frequency change
Expect
approved.
ILS from a 35 left approach. UPS.
All right, so we killed that radio station, and we lost our, what I was actually trying to show you guys on the screen here with my phone, was we lost our ATC coverage here, because we have actually departed out of the area. You can see 716 Delta Mike, that is my call sign, and we are right on the edge of flying outside of the ATC coverage. So that kind of sucks, but hey, we're going to continue the flight anyway, and see if we can't get our cell phone into see if we can get our cell phone into Charlotte. We'll do the VNAV just like we talked about earlier, and we'll just do this without ATC, so we won't get vectored around, which kind of stinks, but hey, is what it is. So, all right, so let's study just for a minute. We need to, in order for the VNAV to work, we need to study what our lowest altitude is before we start our approach. And by our approach, I mean our actual ILS approach down to the runway. So we're gonna, VNAV will work the different profiles. If you're looking here at the plate in ForeFlight, you'll see at Cavi, we're gonna be at or above 6,000, Snack at 5,000, Gilge at 4,000, Queued at 3,000, and then 2,400 at Eagle, E-G-U-U-L. And that's actually where we're, as our final approach fix, and that's where we'll pick up the glide slope for the ILS. So 2,400 is going to be the minimum altitude that we're going to have to descend down to before we let the approach and the glide slope and everything and the ILS take us on in. So we actually have different altitude restrictions, as you can see, 6,000, 5,000, 4,000. We picked up some others in the approach itself. Those altitudes are in the approach. And that approach actually starts up here at Willem, I think, is roughly where the approach is going to start. The Parker 3, actually Parker 3 right here is actually where our approach actually starts. If you were with me there when we started and we put in everything. So let's take a look. Top of descent is going to be right after Mayhoff, so we need to get this thing down. Let's get our altitude set to 2,400. So let's bring this on down to 2,400. Got to bring her way down, 39,000. So we're going to set our altitude to 2,400, but when we actually activate the VNAV, it will descend us down and step us down in increments as we need to meet this, to get us all the way down to 2,400. There's our 2,000 altitude pre-select. We'll appear to our autopilot panel, and we will activate the VNAV profile, V-Alt, and path is engaged there. So as we go back here and look at our FMS,
Destination status is 121.15.
121.15. We'll go ahead and pretend that we're tuning that since we've lost our ATC, but there's our 121.5. So if I were to go here to tune 121.5, I actually put that in the COM1 frequency there, and I did that actually on my Logitech radio panel, but it would work right here all the same. So what we were going to go back here and look at though was, let's get on this view and let's go to MFD Advance and our 2 waypoint, and there's Mayoff, and you see the TOD right there, which stands for top of descent. That's what this V-Alt and path is equal to here. So let's take a look outside the plane. Oh, what a shot that is. We'll get a picture of that. That's pretty cool. .716 Delta Mike there on the tail. I like it. All right. If you're following along there on the iPad, you can see we just passed Mayhoff, and here we go. Here's our vertical descent coming up, and you can see us coming down. Here's our actual snowflake as it comes in, and you can see the circle here. We're going to descend down at about 2,000 feet per minute, and this is going to take us right on down and meet our requirements, and we need to pull back on the throttle. We're going to bring some spoilers in here and just see if we can't get ourselves slowed down. There we go. We'll take our spoilers back out. I forgot to pull back, as you will overspeed as you start these descents. And like I said, on the Citation longitude, you actually have the auto throttles. This doesn't have the capability of the auto throttle, so we're going to have to manage the throttles, and that's going to be our primary objective as we descend and make our approach into Charlotte, is managing our throttles and speeds. So let's go ahead and go back in here. Let's take a look at our flight plan here. All right, so Willem, I don't know where we want to be. We're at 250 knots. We need to be at 250 as we get down below 10,000. So let's go ahead and here put 250/ and we will make that a hard set. If we had auto throttles, we could set that, and the actual flight computer of FMS would actually manage our throttles. Since this bird doesn't have auto throttles, we can't do that. But when the longitude comes along and gets tweaked like it's supposed to, and everything seems to be working there, I'm hoping one day we'll be able to do the management of our speed and altitudes all with the VNAV profile in the FMS. That'll be pretty sweet. But in the meantime, we're going to manage it ourselves, and then we're going to double check our arrival. So we are ILS for 18, and there we got our legs. I need to go to preferences and our approach here. All right, so let's get our weather real quick here at Charlotte also. Okay, Charlotte, show on map, and let's go ahead and get the weather. So winds are 320 at 3. So let's go here, 320 at 3, and we'll put that in as our wind. And outside air temperature is 6 degrees Celsius, so we'll go 6 here and put that in, and it should be dry. And we'll go ahead and hit next, and let's go ahead and send this. This will give us our VREF and V approach speeds. That is complete. And I believe if I do this correctly, 260, we're still good on the speed there. Reference menus. There we go. VREF is 106. V approach is 112. So we want to approach at 112 knots, and we're gonna do our flare and touch down at the runway at about 106 knots. So something just to keep in our mind here. Those will also bug on the speed tape here as we get down below those speeds. So let's go back to our FMS here for a minute, take a look at our legs. I set a 250 speed limit in there as we get down below 10,000, because that's kind of that is pretty much the rule of thumb here in the United States is below 10,000 under 250 knots. So we will go ahead and bring that down to 250 there. We'll go at 240 here at 240 at Bowden. And this is nothing more than just me putting in numbers here. So just as a reminder to slow myself down, let's go ahead and go at 200. All right, and we'll put that in here at camper. We'll be at 9,000. We'll be at 200 knots. Cavi is where we're going to. Cavi is where we pick up our initial approach fix. So I'm going to put us down here at about 125 knots, which may be even a little fast, but I want to be sure I'm getting myself reminded to get our speed down here as we get into there to this on this approach. All right, so as we get to equal, this is our final approach speed right here. We want to be at 112. We want to be at 112 knots as we come across equal here, so, or eagle. So we'll probably go 120-ish here at this one, so 120. Our approach speed, we'll put that here. There we go. So these are just friendly reminders. Again, this will not do anything in the actual sim itself, and for the aircraft for us, we're going to manage our speeds all on our own. So FMS again. Let's go take a look here, and let's get our two-way point. So we are approaching Willem, and if we look at our legs, Willem, we want to be above flight level 240, below 330. So we are at 280 right now. So we are in that window, and we are at about 276 knots and climbing. We're still okay on the speeds there. We don't need to forfeit all of our speeds. We just need to make sure we don't overspeed right now as we're coming on in and descending. We're on our, getting ready to start making our arrival and our descent into the Charlotte area. Appreciate you following along with us this evening. Hopefully you can see all that on the screen. Looks a little bit weird right now on my screen, but it should be a little bigger than that, but I don't know. Maybe it's working. Could have a little something wrong here. There we go. That looks right. Yeah, it's looking right there. All right. You got comments, feel free to let me have them. If you see something I could be doing better, see something you'd like to see different, let me know. Let me know how the display looks on the screen. I do have the ultra-wide monitor, so that kind of messes with my resolution, so I have to, but I felt like that gave me a good opportunity to bring in cameras and video of my yoke, flight panel, the but Elgato Stream Deck here that I'm using for several different of the views within my cockpit, so I can go center console, throttles, the FMS, pilot panel, my MFDs here, go right outside the cockpit, look outside and up. Oop, I don't want that VFR map though, I don't really need that. Got a full cockpit view here, got our upper panels here, and we got our autopilot panel right there. So makes for a pretty good little system. This is VFR, so you can pretty much fly this airplane from this view right here if you're watching everything and aware of what you got going on. So I did not set my minimums. We should probably do that. Our touchdown is 748, so 948, 950 feet should be our minimums here. Let's see if we can't go ahead and get down to that. So we will select barrel minimums and roll that to 950 for our minimums here. There's our minimums. Shows up here. And 112 is our approach speed. So 280 on the tape right now. Descending on down. Let's look at our altitude. We're passing through flight level 220 on our way down to 210. And we are on our way to Suzanne. Suzanne, what is our... We need to be above flight level 190. So we're going to be good there. And then Parker, between 12,000 and flight level 200. Let's take a look outside the plane here. That's a heck of a shot. Spin us around here and see what we can get. Oh, here's going to be one with the sunset. Look at that shot. Money shot. Money shot. Love it. Nice. Gonna have some great thumbnails for that one. That's a pretty nice shot right there. We'll go full cockpit view here. And let's get our screen up just a little bit. Oh. Go here. Look out the window. Makes for a pretty nice shot right there too. All right, so things we need to do. All right, so there's flight level 190 coming on down. We just crossed Suzanne. We're going to look at our FMS, and we are on our way to Parker now. Parker is 21 miles away. And Parker, we should be above 12,000, below 20,000. So it's a pretty big window there to be in. Then as we get to Tacoma, we're going to be between 11 and 12,000 and 250 knots is what we kind of told ourselves there. So we're at 282, so we'll have to slow down a little bit. We'll work on that as we get closer to Tacoma. So we're going to bring our iPad level in here just a little bit closer. You can start to see the Parker arrival here. There's Tacoma, and then Bowton, and then Camper. Campers, we would take vectors at that point, but what we'll do is we'll just go direct cavi as we get to there, since we don't have ATC. But at this point, we would be expecting ATC to give us vectors. We may play with that for a minute. We may go on to heading mode and take a couple of vectors and then try to go direct cavi there on a minute. We'll actually come in Camper and run us across this way.
Position altitude.
3024.
3024.
All right, so let's set that a little bit. 3024. Let's go ahead and zoom that over here. We're doing the standby altimeter here, 3024 right there. And right here, 3024. So we just went through flight level. All right, so there we went through flight level 180, which is our transition altitude. So we're coming up on Parker, 11 miles from Parker. Looking at the FMS at Parker, we want between 12 and 20. We have no speed restrictions, so we should be still good there. We're at 285, climbing just a little bit, but we're okay on speed. Going to gain some time there and get in a few minutes early if we can. We're not over speeding here, and that's the key for this. We'll get down to 250, won't be any problems. We've got some spoilers. We can pull back on the throttle. We'll get there. Another nice shot there coming in. Like that view, man, that is beautiful, isn't it? That's the thing about Microsoft Flight Sim that sets the bar so high, is the views that you get is so much more than X-Plane. I played X-Plane for a few months. I loved it. Highly recommend X-Plane. Flight Sim Microsoft 2020 is coming along quite a bit. Obviously a lot of bugs to work out, but it is certainly getting there. And it's getting better, and these people at Working Title with the CJ4 mod makes that all the better. All right, so see our speed bug here. VPath is still set. 1,200 or 12,000 here is our next altitude restriction here that we need to meet, and you can see that at Parker. So you can see we're going to be between that. So Parker is 4 miles away, and the only restriction we had was to be above 12,000, below 20,000. We're at 14,000 right now, and we are going to cross that above our 12,000 foot restriction. So it is doing our vertical profile all for us in the FMS computer, which is really nice. This is the really nice feature of this aircraft. Hopefully we'll see that in the Citation Longitude in the near future, either with Microsoft Asobo updates or with some of the other people out there releasing these mods. Again, I can't give enough credit for the people at Working Title, because they have done great stuff with this bird so far. All right, 290 on the airspeed. We're still below the overspeed. We're not overspeeding yet. We are 3.4 from Tacoma, and we need to be between 11 and 12. We're passing through 130 right now, and 250 was our preset that we did. So pulling back on the throttles right now. I'm going to bring in the spoilers. If you look here at the throttles, I got those. You can see how I can bring those in and out right there. So 250, we'll bring those out and throttle in, and there we are at 250. Wow, how about that? Nail on the head, was it? 253. And what a shot. Look at that sun going down. Loving that, loving that. More pictures. And there we are. We're still descending. All right, let's take a look here. 250, we need to pull back on our throttles a little bit more because we just increased our descent there. We're going to be at Bowton. coming up in 5 points. So between 9,000 and 10,000, and we want 240 on the airspeed. So let's bring in our spoilers again. Let's bring us down just a little bit to 240. There we are. Of the spoilers on this, and you just manually pop those things up, help slow yourself down. They just call them speed brakes for the airplane. All right, so we are 3.9 from Bowton, and we are right at our 240 knots as we gave ourselves. So we're going to shoot for 200 knots and 9,000 at camper right now. As you know, I have not touched the vertical speed. I set that with the VNAV earlier, and I set our lowest altitude pre-select at 2,400. That will take us right in on the final approach. As we hit our final approach fix there, we're settled at 2,400. We'll hit the approach button, we'll hit the glide slope, and all we're doing is managing our throttles. We already know that approach speed is 112. Here we go, making our left-hand turn at Bowton. So let's go here. Let's get a shot of that. What a shot that is, man. There's our banks. It's the plane banks over to the left. Really, really cool, isn't it? Another great shot there. Another great shot there. Man, I love that shot. What a screenshot. That'll make a heck of a screensaver, won't it? All right, so 10,000 on the altitude. We're below 240, which is great. Add a little bit of power here because we're at 228. We'll see if we can't get us back to about 240. We're managing our airspeed. Nope, 200 at camper. 200 at camper, so we don't need to gain any airspeed. We are 2.6 from camper. Let's go ahead and pull back a little bit and bring in a little bit more of our spoiler, and let's bring our speed down just a little bit there. I probably got 200, was a bit ambitious. I'm gonna put us at 220 there, and let's double check our throttles, make sure our spoilers are in. They are in. So we do not have any spoilers open right now, and we're managing our airspeed at about 217. We're gonna be a little over the 200 that I bugged, but that's okay because I set that myself. There's camper. All right. And we are at 215 knots, and at this point, the FMS is telling us vectors. So we are going to go into heading mode here. All right, let's go up here. Let's bug the heading there, and we'll switch to heading mode. And now you'll see that here on the on the PFD, primary flight display. And we will take a heading turn. We'll make us a right-hand turn here. We're at 098. We want to make a right-hand turn. Let's go heading 120 for just a little bit here. There's our heading turn of 120. And we're just pretending right now. This is all we're doing. We're pretending that ATC is vectoring us around. The shot there is. What a great shot. And this is just role-playing here for ATC. 716 Delta Mike, turn right, heading 150. 716 Delta Mike, 150. Here we go. We'll make a right-hand turn to 150. There's our 150 heading. Another great shot there. Another great shot there. All right, let's get into the FMS now. Let's just say ATC just came on and told us go direct cavi, so let's go direct cavi. We're going to hit the direct button here. We're going to scroll through here till we find cavi. Willem, Suzanne, Parker, Nola, Nakona, vectors, and there's cavi. So let's go here and execute. Now we are flying direct cavi. And we need to go back to the FMS though, and we need to go on to nav mode to be able to pick that up. Nav mode should take us to cavi now. If I go back to the FMS here and go to display and the 2, we are going direct to cavi. As you can see, we are direct cavi now. I believe we are direct cavi now. Let's make sure we're direct cavi now. Legs, direct cavi, execute. Now we're direct cavi. What a shot. Man, that sunset, is that beautiful or what? Just wow. All right, so FMS, here we go. Cavi, 125, 6,000. We need to shed some speed here. Where are we at? We are at 200. We need to shed some speed. Let's go spoilers out. Throttles, take a look here. Spoilers are out here. If we look out on the wings, there you can see the spoilers are actually deployed there. And let's get back here. 180. I am full idle and we are shedding speed. Cavi, we wanted to be at about 125 knots, so we're going to try to shed some speed here. We are full idle on the throttles and spoilers are deployed. We are descending through the clouds now. There's 150. And we're going to get ourselves lined up here on the approach. And you can see the blue line here. This is picking up our ILS. And let's double check that. ILS is 110.35. That is what we have in our dialed in here. If I go to tune, 110.35 on the nav1 radio. So we are good there. Go back to our legs, 125. We're at 135. We're going to go ahead and pull our spoilers back in. And let's take a look on the outside. Spoilers have gone back. We are still at full idle. And we're going for 6,000. And we are going to get ready and set ourselves up here for the final approach here. So we are still a little bit above the clouds. Can't see anything yet. Let's take a look outside the window here. Let's get back inside. Oh, what did I do here? Get us inside there. All right, there's looking out. We cannot see the runway right now. Let's get a direct shot right behind the airplane here. And how pretty is that? Is that not beautiful or what? Screenshot there. We're going to descend down into the clouds now. All right, so there we are at Cavi. And there we are. You saw it blinking there on the right. Cavi, we're passing over it now. Snack is 3.4 miles ahead. And Snack, we need to be at 5,000. There's our 6,000 we just passed through at Cavi. We're on our way down to 5,000 right now. And we're still full idle. And I wanted to be at 120, so let's go ahead and put the throttles here. We got the spoilers full up. You can see those spoilers there on the back of on the wings. See how those are up? Those are our air brakes for now. I'm using those. I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but that's what I'm using them for, to get our airspeed down a little bit. And they do seem to work. So there we are at 134. We're going to go ahead and bring those back in. Don't need those anymore right now. We're slowly descending down. We're going to get ready here to go ahead and go flaps 1. Flaps 15 anyway. So there's our first degree of flaps are in here. Take a look out at the plane and I see lights flashing down there, so that's going to be the airport and our runway ahead of us. You can see our flaps are down. And how are we doing on the airspeed now? We are at 137. We're going to go ahead and drop our gear down here. Snack is how far out? And Eagle, as you see there, if you look on our FMS there, is our final approach fix. We want to be at our 112 knots. We want to be fully configured for landing. We want to be gear down, flaps full, and get our 112. As we get on that descent there, we'll hit the approach button. So we're passing through 5,000 now at Snack. And here we go. We should be passing over Snack now. Yes, sir. Snack is passing, and there we go. Gilge. Gilge is next. 3.2 miles, and we'll go to descend on down to 4,000. There we go, headed down. And you can see right there in front of us, passing down below the clouds now. We're losing a little bit of our daylight, and I can see runways in front of us. So let's get back inside the cockpit here. Go cockpit view. Look up over the dash, and looky there, if there ain't runways in front of us. There's 18 left on the ILS, 18 left. That's what we're lined up on. And we are looking good so far. Liking what I see. All right, so 140, we're going to bring in our next notch of flaps. We're going to bring our gear down. You can see our gear lights are red. Get a picture there of the gear coming down. We're full flaps here. And what you're going to know now is we are configured for landing. Airspeed is down at 118 right now, so now we're going to have to bring us in here. We want to hold us at about 120. Our approach speed is 112, and we have not got to our final approach fix yet, so we're going to add a little bit of power here. There we are with the runway still in front of us. We're looking good there. Or could I activate my, oops, wrong button there. Let's activate my smooth track here so I can glance down at the gauges. And we'll get our hands on the throttle here. Liking this so far. $120 on the speeds. 120 is what I had on the FMS down there. I don't know if you can see that or not. But let's jump off of this. We'll jump back to the FMS real quick. You see, well, 120 is what I was before. We're good. I'm not going to... Eagle is where I'm going to worry to get myself down to the 112. We are full flaps, gear down, full configuration for landing. Things are looking good. I see the runway in front of us. This is looking good right here. Airspeed is 125, and we're good. The OR is tuned. And as we get down a little bit closer to Eagle, so if you look at the iPad right now, we're coming up on Q. It's 2.1 miles away. We're 9 miles from the airport. Q is our next approach fix. We're still good. Take a look here. Airspeed is still 128. We're looking pretty good there. I'm liking what I'm seeing there. That's totally controllable. You can see on our speed tape here, you can see our approach speed bugged. You can see our VREF speed there. It's also bugged, so this is what we're shooting for our touchdown. Altitude. All right, so there's our 2,400 coming in. You remember that's where we set our altitude pre-select way back before we started our approach into the Charlotte area. Gear is indicated down. VPATH is armed. 2,400 is coming up, and we will be at 2,400 before we get to Eagle. Eagle is our final approach fix, and when we get to Eagle, we're going to go right here to this panel, and we will get us some lights. Let's get some lights on in here so we can see what we're doing, just to make things a little smoother. All right, that makes things a little bit better. We're going to go to approach mode here shortly. Eagle is 1.8 miles away. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Let's go back to pilot view. Look out over the dash. We are still good. And let's put into this mode here. And we are 124 on the speed. Start bringing our speed back now. We'll get into our approach speed here at 112. Bring our speed on down. 118, 117. Coming up on our 2,400. 114, 113. There's our 112. Add a little bit of power back here. Let's capture our 112 knots on our approach speed. And Pappies are looking good. I see 2 red, 2 white down there. That's looking just like what we want to see. So we'll add just a little more touch of power. Get our speed back up to 110. We're 111, 12. There we are. There we are. Let's go ahead and get ourselves put into approach mode here. And approach. There we go. And you will see right away it is taking us down. All right, power back here, 117. At this point, we could assume that we're still above the clouds and we're looking at our minimums at 950. So as long as we can see the runway at 950 feet, we would be in good shape. Take a look back outside the window though, and looky there. Runway is right in front of us, 2 white, 2 red. We are on the glide slope. Take a look here. AP is engaged. We're in approach mode. Glide slope is activated. We're at 115. We can pull the power back just a smidge here. Try to get us down to the 112 knots there. That's what we want for our approach speed, and our VREF is right below that. There's 114. All right, let me get myself situated here. Feet are on the rudders. Autopilot's still engaged here. All right, turn my head back here. 112, hands over on the throttle. Looking over the dash.
3 mile final runway 18 left.
We are slowly bringing ourselves right on in here. We are still right on the glide path here. I'm liking what I see. Liking what I see. We're sitting right on the 112, which is our approach speed here. Flaps are full, gears down, everything's indicated in the green. It's looking good in the neighborhood. Like it. 112, 112. All right, getting ready. I'm going to disengage our autopilot here in just a second. $1,300. Minimums were $950. All right, autopilot's coming off. And I'm going to bring this bird in. There's 112. We're still on the glide path. Bit to the right here. No sudden movements. Still looking good at 112. Easing back on the throttle. Easing back on the throttle. Pitching up just a little bit. Big corrections. All right. And we are coming down, coming down, coming down. Trim it up, trim it up, trim, trim, trim. Whoop, 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 whoop. We just did it. I did what I didn't want to do. I pulled back just a little too much and got her floating. All right, we're down. Spoilers are up. I had a smooth landing in Memphis today, but I did not have a smooth landing there. I kind of messed that one up just a little bit. Spoilers are out. See, the spoilers are up. There we go. And let's see what we got here. Probably can make this turn off right here. Bring our flaps up. Put our spoilers away. We are on the ground in Charlotte. How about that? Not too bad. Not too bad at all. We are going to put this sucker right over here and park it and unload tonight. We're going to call this a successful flight. I like what I saw. I like how the plane behaved. For the most part, everything was nice and smooth. Nice smooth flight right on into Charlotte. We don't have anybody out here to greet us, but that's okay. Park this sucker right here. All right, and that'll do it. Disable that. Let's go down to our parking brake. Let's set our parking brake here. And back to our pilot view. All right. We had a successful landing, and I did not get my landing lights on. So phooey on Dave for not turning on the landing lights tonight. All of that, and I forgot to turn on my landing lights. Just got carried away. Go ahead and kill the engines here. Go stop here. Stop here. Engines are off. Pitot-static heats can be off as well. Should have already had those off as we taxi back. Really frustrated I didn't get my ignition in here, so we'll make another flight tomorrow and we'll see if we can't get a few of these things back to like it's supposed to be, like taxi lights, landing lights, ignition set here. We should get some things right, but hey, it's all in good fun, right? I'm learning as I go and having a good time doing it. So hopefully you enjoyed the stream. I enjoyed the stream. Hopefully you were able to learn a little something. I don't know if I can teach anybody anything, because I tell you what, I'm in the business of learning, but it's a lot of fun. If you're like me, you watch other streams and you learn something new every time, even if it's just a little something new. You'll pick up something that you didn't know before. And for me, I've learned a lot of things even tonight with 2 flights, one to Memphis and one to Charlotte out of India 68, and learned how to work this FMS a little bit and how to deal with the vectors and how to do the direct to in my legs, and I'm liking that. So we're going to go ahead and get the rest of this bird shut off here, and we'll go ahead and call it a night here. So we'll shut off our lights there. Cool. Don't need our strobe and nav lights. We don't need our pulse lights on. And I think we can go put this light out. And we can turn our avionics off. Don't like how it does that. We'll go ahead and kill the generator here. Kill that generator there. And we will kill the battery power. We're going to call it a night. All right. That was a fun time. Hopefully you enjoyed it as well. I certainly enjoyed it. It was fun having you here, and we'll do this again and see how it goes. I might do another GA flight tomorrow night. Maybe do that in the Bonanza. That's a lot of fun. May jump on Pilot Edge tomorrow as well. Looking to do, I enjoyed the ATC piece of this as well. Really frustrated that VATSIM kind of went away on us. We had VATSIM for ATC on our departure. About halfway here we lost it, but if we're lucky we'll pick it up. If not, we'll jump on something tomorrow night, get out west in the California, Colorado, just out west somewhere, jump on Pilot Edge. We can get some ATC coverage out there and hopefully have a good time. In the meantime, enjoy your holidays. Merry Christmas to everybody. It's a little after Christmas, and Happy New Year. Tomorrow's New Year's Eve, so 2020 is getting out of here, thank God, and 2021 is right around the corner, and I'm looking forward to that because that's got to be a better year than 2020. In the meantime, peace out. See ya.